Okay, so it's time we talk about CHARMY, the other really good unit in this patch. And I'm on this version just because I have better gear. I rather show it sometimes through this version. And as for the Noelle showcase, well, I'm going to have to try and find an account that's still really good to showcase Noelle on because of the fact that my summons did not want to give me Noelle. So CHARMY is a really good healer and probably the best one for a long time coming, and stays meta relevant for a while just because of the type of healing she offers and how strong healers usually are. And yeah, no, CHARMY, very good addition, and it kind of makes sense why they put her in season 2, because the other 3 summer units are all units that aren't necessarily needed in terms of like having to summon on them. I don't think that it's really crazy, so it makes sense why out of the season 3 units that they decided to bring over to season 2 to make the summer units one season, if that is the case, it would make sense why CHARMY got the pick there. Her heals are really good, so let's get into her skills. Let's hop over to Pride Win. So she is a triple continuous HP recovery healer, and continuous HP recovery means it's going to be applying twice. So this heal is going to be staying on them for 2 turns. So basically you're going to be healing basically double of what the first turn does, and it is off of her HP. And personally, I'd rather HP instead of magic attack, because you got healers like Mimosa who you don't really need the magic attack, but if she could like get more defensive by getting HP and also still getting more heals, it would be better, right? Mimosa would be able to stay alive longer, which is the case for CHARMY. So her skill 1, it gives the HP recovery up to 12% of her HP, and also has a chance to give an extra special point. Then the skill 2 is an AoE continuous HP recovery of 10.5%, right? And 10.5% usually is going to be about 13, well, it's going to be from like anywhere from 10 to 20k heals, depending on what buffs you have, what gear sets, what talents, etc, etc. Right now on my CHARMY, without anything else, as we can see, I've got 135k HP, which does go much higher also. So yeah, it goes from about like 10 to 20k. 20k is more on the higher side, but yeah. So it's also going to dispel a DOT, which over time does kind of gain value, and especially because the burn meta, or like the burn units, are red and she's blue, dispelling DOTs is good for a blue team. And then with the skill point, she gets increased crit damage resistance by 35%. Is it 35? It is, hold on, let's check that out together right now. It is, I swear I have it. Do I not have it? I'm pretty sure it's 35%. Anyway, it's crit damage, you're taking less crit damage, right? Now her ult is one of the strongest ults in the game. It's going to be giving 20% of her max HP, which is at least usually around 20k per tick, right? And she's increasing defense to level 3, which is a 175% defense increase, which is the highest defense increase in the game. And then it is also having a chance to grant all allies a 45% SP increase. So the defense increase does work very well with continuous HP recovery. And what's cool about this, like these types of heals, is that they start stacking. So you could stack this with this, have two heals AoE on everyone, and that's just a really good thing to have, and you really cannot go wrong with it. Now, besides that, she is also, let's talk about passives now. She's also getting 10% HP on her passive, which is going to help her heal a good amount more, right? You can never go wrong with that. Does help when units have stuff like this, like example, Summer Noelle has increased magic attack here. Now, her dupe passive, should you be duping her? Let's talk about her stats first, and then talk about the passive itself. So she is getting 9,000 HP and 1,400 defense, which is going to be helping essentially with tanking, and she's going to have a higher chance to block hits. I would have rather if it was crit res, because she has crit damage resistance on her skill 2, but it's fine. Now what it's doing is that at the end of every ally's turn, so if someone else attacks, Noelle uses her shield, Julius is going to use his ultimate, that gets another turn of skill 2. Every single time someone uses a skill on your team, right, you're going to be getting a 3 up to 10% heal at max dupe. So it goes from 3 then 10% per ally turn, per ally skill, you're getting that heal. Even 10% is enough to really like start racking up, especially on DPSs. And if they're 1 HP, you hit this, then they're not going to die anymore next turn, right? You hit this twice, almost max HP, right? If we really look at it right now, my Noelle is at what, 52k, and 10% of CHARMY's HP at max dupe is going to be around a good, I'd say maybe 170k. So this should be about a 17k heal every time an ally uses a skill. And when you stack that alongside every other continuous heal on a full blue team, this CHARMY goes crazy. And she's at 104 speed, which means she's higher than most DPSs. So yeah, duping her is not a bad idea. Out of the 3 season 2 units, she is the best to dupe in my personal opinion. I think you get the most out of it. You get more healing, and you get just more healing amounts, and also just more ticks of healing, right, from this every turn. It's kind of insane, especially when you start stacking with this, boom, 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 boom. It's really good. It is really good, and you just can't really go wrong with it at all. I mean, I wouldn't say so. So now let's continue on from that and go to the skill pages, which, holy shit, would you imagine that? They're right there. So the best one is probably this one, because it's going to be reducing her damage taken right here, and then also giving the crit damage resistance, which I think is pretty good. Increasing her crit damage is nice, and you can't really go wrong with it. Now, why this damage taken when you're only above 90% HP is decent is because of how much she's healing herself and how much HP she has. So at least you're getting that damage increase. I don't think it's bad. Now, if you don't want that, using the HP ones are the second best thing. These ones are obviously going to be increasing her healing amount, so I'd say either or. I really don't see any problem. It really does depend on you, right? Especially when Julius comes out, you might want to put more for crit damage, right? That is definitely not that bad option. So maybe you would want to be able to block more crit damage, or just go for the healing, right? There's that. And then also last would be the stun block. So these two give stun block, and they're pretty good on a lot of support, so that at least turn 1 they get 1 good hit in. Now the thing is, this doesn't stop you from being taunted, and if you're taunted, well, you can only use this skill 1 because of the fact that Charmy's skill 2 and ultimate are buff skills, and taunts make it so you can't use buff skills. So there is that for you to consider. And yeah, but at least here you can't be stunned, which is probably something that you might have to consider into it. But of course, taunting still exists and still happens. So let's go to her talents and explain what I built with her with. So here I just put this. It doesn't, I just magic, but you could have put damage and crit damage. She's not built for damage, right? Now here I did put the defense per wave because of the fact that the HP one is on the side. So she's getting 5% HP from this passive, and then here it really does depend. I am going with this because here it's going to be increasing her healing. So this is the one that you could go with alongside this one, which increases her SP. But I would say the other way to go about this is like this. And what this does is that you have a 20% chance to reduce the skill 2 cooldown, okay? And this is going to let you spam AoE heals even faster if you do proc it with the block. And block, especially because she gets extra damage res on her dupes, would not be a bad idea. So, you know, for now I'm going to rock with this. Now, obviously, we'd go for HP here. Defense on the defense part, and then on the top, if anything, you go magic. But I don't really think you, or magic and attack, but I don't think you really need to do any of that, if I'm being honest, for real. Now for gear, this is how I have her built. You do want to build her with 4 HP pieces, and if you want the most amount of heals, you could go 6 HP pieces. That's not a horrible idea, but obviously you get those sub bonuses, where here at least her speed is increasing, and she is getting the 7% heal HP increase, right? So she is getting that at the very least. Now if you are going to go for the gear sets, right, I would say that speed, defense, and HP are the best by far, which is the one I have, just not upgraded speed, right? These are the 3 best. You wouldn't really go for others, but if you do, I would say that going for the increased healing one is not a bad idea. So speed, healing, and then HP, and it is out on global now, so all 3 of these are probably the best. So either defense or healing, those are the 4 sets that I would consider running. Now for substats, I did give HP to pretty much every substat, so if you are able to reroll, then you go do that. But I'm pretty sure free to play you can't get any reroll stones at the moment. But yeah, you go for HP and then you go for defense. That's like the 2 best ones. Then crit res works. Besides that, there's not really many I would give her. Maybe block if you have, but besides that, yeah. Now for the top, I would say that obviously, guess what, guys? HP is the best, defense is the best, and there we go, there we go, there we go. So yeah, that's basically it for her gear. It's pretty self-explanatory. I would say she's a healer who heals by HP, so you want to boost up her HP. 136k HP, not counting the 7% here, the 10% here, and the 5% from the talents. So she's going to be even higher than that. Now as for teams, this is more of a future team, but even right now, especially because we're against Noelle, if you want a global version of this team, I would say this is a good idea, where you're going to be running this. Okay, so we'll go for a stall team. Okay, so you're gonna be damage reducing with William. Charmy's gonna be healing. Lotus is gonna be stalling, applying the speed debuffs, and Mars is gonna be doing his thing too. Now what you could do is, obviously when Julius does come out, well, you could replace Lotus. Oh, my bad. You could replace Lotus. And what you could do is you could do this. And then how you would play it is you would combo first, get the Mars stun, right? And then Mars is going to wait and then use the combo after when he's able to. Okay, so you would go for something like this, keep the heals, and then just go for... I mean, skill 2 or ultimate first doesn't really matter. If you could get the kill, even better. But this team, why it's going to be good is because of the fact that full blue against Noelle is going to work well. Charmy is going to be increasing their defense. William is going to be giving damage reduction afterwards, right? So that is how you would go about it. Oh, I didn't mean to... So yeah, but then when Charlotte does come out, this team gets even better. Because of the fact that Charlotte, when it's a full blue team, makes it so that the enemies can't use skill 2 first turn, which means Noelle is going to be forced to use the ultimate. But the thing is, this is a full blue team, and they're very tanky. All 4 of them have a kind of like tanky option where Charlotte's a support, and she is going to be giving damage reduction on the combo if you use it, right? And then Mars is a tank. Charmy has a shit ton of HP, and Julius has a second life. So you would be fine for this type of team. Charmy does work well in it. But even with Noelle, she can work. I would say Charmy. Where's Charmy? Where's Charmy? Charmy. So you would put Charmy with Noelle. Okay. And from this point, at this point, just you put whatever you want. You could put with like a Rhodes and Valtos, right? And this team is gonna be extremely tanky because of the fact that Rhodes also has defense increase. So you are gonna be able to have defense increase for 4 turns and then just keep on repeating it. Because you could use Charmy ult first, then 2 turns later, Rhodes is going to use his defense up, and then you're going to wait, then Charmy's going to use her defense up when she gets back the ult afterwards, if the game even goes that long. But with Charmy's, games usually go very long. Charmy's going to give the defense increase, the healing, Valtos is going to speed up, Rhodes is going to give his big shield with the stun block. So you're looking very good for this type of team comp also, right? Definitely not a bad option. But I would say the blue team does work the best, especially for Charmy. Blue team is not going anywhere anytime soon at all, right? Now, for PvE, obviously, you could just go for, what? If you want, like, the best one is probably... Wait, where's Blue Yami? Obviously, right now, it's kind of like a bit of... bro, too many SSRs, I'm telling you. But right now, it's a bit of a... wonky team that over time is going to get a bit better, but you would replace like Julius in Blue Yami's slot when he does come out, and there is your PvE team, right? You do whatever you need to do there, and GG. But she with Noelle does work very well because of how big of a defense increase that she does give. So after that, it's really looking at what type of Noelle build team you want to have. Go more quick. Maybe you want to be more quick to spam the Noelle ult right away and then use Charmy's defense up. Maybe use Valtos and Finral. Or you could go more slow with William and Mars. Make sure you can't get debuffed and then let them attack. Have the stun block on Charmy so she has debuff block and also the stun block. Could be a way to go, right? Like this, the Leaf skill page I mentioned before for the stun block. Then Mars is going to make it so that she cannot be debuffed. So that might be the way you want to go about it. There's a lot of different ways. But yeah, in the future, this blue team, especially Charmy, she just gains a lot of value. Her and Mars together, it's basically unkillable because she's going to be healing. Right, she's going to be healing. He's going to make sure he's just going to be reducing damage to an insane level. Has high defense. It's going to be hard to kill him. And then because of her heals, he's just not dying. And then she's not dying because it's like, well, her heals are still very good. So yeah, that's basically the end of this video. Let me know if you guys have any questions. I'll try to answer them. I'm not always the best at answering, but whenever I can, I do. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and I will see you guys in the next one. Peace.